Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This is where we get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, with news that markets are extending their losing streak. In a change of some irony, we are seeing large volatility in equity markets, just as volatility has disappeared from Bitcoin. Shanghai was down 2.3% yesterday, erasing some of the 8.5% rise we've had in the past 3 days. The level it ended at yesterday is still 27% below the start of the year. These are enormous value changes. Wall Street was down as much as 1.5% in morning trade today, but those losses are being pared back, but is now down just 0.5%. Today's level of the S&P 500 is 3% lower in a week, but it is a small gain of 1.3% since the start of the year. Today's sentiment shift is driven by weak data everywhere and a consequent risk-off tone. Sagging earnings outlooks among some large companies also is weighing on markets. Benchmark bond yields are retreating and rate curves are narrowing. Updated data from Mexico shows a slowing in the growth of industrial output there. Similarly, data out of the Richmond Fed District also records a slowing. Their data is for October, and the expansion recorded came in well below expectations, itself a discount on growth recorded in September. It does report growing inflation pressures, however. In Canada, their central bank is widely expected to raise its benchmark overnight interest rate by 0.25 percentage point tonight in response to solid economic growth there and the new NAFTA deal. Perhaps somewhat underwhelming is EU consumer sentiment. It has been negative for so long it seems normal. And staying in the EU, Brussels has delivered a rare formal rebuke of Italy's budget plan, requiring it to make changes to stay within EU deficit rules. In an odd move in the time of the Hayne Commission and the drive for corporate and regulator transparency, the Australian Tax Office is building a set of secret agreements with lawyers and accountants to stop them promoting tax exploitation schemes, arrangements that can range from illegal evasion to tax reorganisation using legal minimisation structures. These secret schemes allow the organisers to avoid public scrutiny. The US Treasury 10-year yield will start today at 3.15%. That's down 4 basis points from this time yesterday, with their 210 curve now under 28 basis points. Gold is at $1,231 an ounce. That's up $9 overnight. And oil prices have dropped dramatically today on indications that Saudis are raising their output. US oil prices are down more than $3 a barrel to just over $66 a barrel. The Brent benchmark has fallen even more and is just over $76 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar will start today little changed at 65.6 US cents. On the cross rates were 92.6 Aussie cents and 57.1 Euro cents. That leaves the TWI at 69.9. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.